Thanks so much for joining us here on this Thursday at noon. We do begin with breaking news from the NTSB, which has just released its preliminary report on that deadly UPS plane crash that happened 2 weeks ago here in Louisville. Our Focus reporter Travis Breeze has been following this very closely, and I want to start with Travis on a number that we have not really talked about yet, and that's the amount of people injured in this crash, a bit higher than originally thought.
Yes, as we got the confirmation that there was 14 people dead, that was the main number, but this now NTSB report confirms that there were 3 fatalities for the flight crew on board, 11 additional fatalities on the ground, but this report also mentions there were 23 additional injuries on the ground. That is a number higher than had been reported in the 2 weeks since the crash that we had talked about so far. In the NTSB's new report, it lays out the moments of takeoff, showing where the initial fire began. Investigators said everything was uneventful until the plane rotated or tipped up for takeoff. You can see here the 6 photos that are included in the NTSB report, the preliminary report. Picture number 1 looks almost normal. And then picture number 2, you can see that left engine and the pylon begin to depart from the wing. By picture 3, the engine is airborne. It may or may not still be under power. I mean, it looks like it's still under power, shooting into the air. And then photo 4 here is very important because it shows the velocity that this engine and the pylon still had. And that's going to be crucial as they're looking into why this engine and the pylon separated. And I do think it's really important that they said the taxi and takeoff were uneventful until the airplane rotated for takeoff. So that shows that the pilots thought, and all indications show, everything was normal until the wheels left the ground. We also got some, there's a photo later in the report that shows the crack on the engine pylon. So you have the wing, you have the pylon, and then you have the engine connected to the pylon. So this is the connection point between the pylon and the wing. This is the aft connector. So the pylon's connected at 2 points. This is the rear connector towards the tail. And you can see the report says it is cracked at the 2 o'clock and 9 o'clock position. And it says that there was indication of fatigue cracks and an overstress failure on the aft connector to the pylon. So this report just came out 1 hour ago. We're still reading into it, but these are kind of the things that jumped off the page to us. And we're going to continue to cover this all day long, Brooke.
Travis, thank you. And we do have more coverage from you coming up in the next half hour. I know you've been talking about why not only is the MD-11 one of those grounded, the DC-10 was grounded after this crash too, and we kind of go into our archives as to why. So that's coming up. If you would like to see any of our extended coverage right now, you can go to WHAS11.com and look at our streaming continuing coverage on the WHAS 11 Plus app. It is free to download on your smart TV, and you can watch at any time. Travis, thank you so much. We will see you back today at 4.